It's taking a minute, I think.
We're live!
We are now live.
There we go. That light's better than the other light.
So we were about to go live, and then we went and checked to make sure the lighting was good, and it was not. So we're like a minute late. I'm really sorry. How's everybody doing?
It's usually me that has to get the proper lighting.
Well, it was so dark. I was like, you can't even, you can see, but you can't like see.
We haven't streamed from this spot before, and I'm not really liking the light. If we do it from here again, I'll have to bring the ring light for sure.
Yeah. Well, we reserved the conference room, but
it's more open now.
It's, you know, it's good. How is everybody doing tonight? How is everyone?
The week is almost over.
Or can you believe that?
It's just beginning, depending on, our week is almost ending. It's not really, because we still got 2 more days of work.
Well,
I guess it's not really work.
I don't know what we're saying. Hey, yeah. Autobuff. Hey, Shannon. And hey, Tom King. Hi,
What's
Minnie,
up, Minnie
Diamond. How are you guys today? Yeah. So last week, we had like a super information intense live stream. I'm kind of interested to see if this is going to be the same or if we're going to go a little silly today. You guys choose. So we've got a lot of people jumping on. So I'm kind of stalling, waiting for a little bit more to jump on so we can kind of talk to everyone and get everybody where they need to go.
Where are they going?
Like where they need to go in the chat. Like, if you need to ask a question or the rules and regulations.
It's
see. Been a long day.
What type of regulations do we have?
Well, for those of you.
Yeah, I'm calling her on her words now. It's supposed to be silly. She said she wanted silly.
It hasn't been a long day. It's just technology has not been agreeing with me today. And it leaves me.
Have had a rough technology week.
I have. So my Premiere Pro, the program that I used to edit my videos, messed up. So I had to do some of that. And those candies. Look, they're just regular Starbursts. I just don't eat candy very often. So it just kind of hit me all at once.
And then I crashed afterwards.
What did you dip them in?
I couldn't have dipped them. They were sealed in the little things. There's no way I could have wrapped them suckers back up so tight. No way.
It's true. What's up, TJ?
We got Jeanette and Brad. We already said hi to Tom and Autobuff, but we did not say hello to Denise or Nicole.
Or Douglas. Yeah. Douglas, we love you too. Heather, we love you too.
Heather, thank you, Heather. That's very nice. It's a hard lifestyle. It really
fun.
is.
It's really fun. The discipline is what gets you.
Yes.
Like we did this and started doing this lifestyle without really thinking about the cost of it. And it got us in a lot of trouble. So we kind of learned a lot. We learned a lot of things the hard way. And I don't know why we do that, but we do.
It's because you're hard-headed.
Oh, I'm hard-headed. All right, cool.
I'm not hard-headed. I'm determined.
Oh, I'm hard-headed. He's determined.
Yes. Yes.
So for those of you who have not been on our live streams before, we were about 3.5 minutes in. So I'll go ahead and just let everybody know. This started off as just a Q&A to ask questions about liquidations. It still is that. But, we also talk about other things. We just kind of have conversations, connect with you guys, find out a little bit about you guys and what you want, and kind of how can we support you in that. So if you do have questions, it is super helpful if you'll put them in all caps. You'll see some people in the chat who have little blue wrenches next to their name. They are moderators. So these are people who we have vetted that are resellers or liquidators or whatever, and they can help answer questions and help get you the resources that you need. We also have some green worded people. Those are some of our members, and they are part of our YouTube membership program. So welcome to all of you. So I guess that's it. That's the spiel. That's the spiel. Do you like this jacket? I found it on a pallet.
Did you?
Yeah, this is the Target pallet.
We unboxed another Target pallet today.
Yeah.
That will probably come out not
Saturday.
tomorrow. No, today's Thursday. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. It'll be coming out. We've got a bargain hour electronics lot coming out this Saturday.
If I can render it.
You can render it.
Because Premiere Pro is not being very nice to me.
But that's awesome, Heather. I think for us, we would like to have like an acre or two and have
4 acres.
Our
that's
own,
a good amount of land.
Farm, not a huge one, but big enough of a vegetable garden to be able to produce vegetables so that we can eat and live off the land.
We actually anticipated wanting to be completely self-sufficient. And that was something that we had considered, but just with the career that we have now and what, we have been led, like the pathway that we've decided to take, we can have a garden and maybe some chickens at some point, but that's pretty much the most that we can handle and be able to do all of this that we're doing now.
Yeah.
So
we started the garden this year and then.
Actually, I have a vlog coming out about that, about what happened to the garden because we used to talk about it a lot and then we didn't. There's a reason for that.
Yes.
Minnie Diamond is asking, how can I be a member? So if you go down to, if you're in the chat log, you'll have to exit out of the chat log if you're on a phone. But if you go down to where the subscribe button is, right next to the subscribe button, there is the little button that is white with blue letters. It says join, and it will take you where you need to go and give you any information that you need to be able to become a member. So there's different tiers depending on what it is that you need and what we can do for you.
Yeah. Jeanette is asking, I want to know where to get lots of items. And that's a hard question to answer because liquidation and reselling is not cookie cutter.
Yeah.
It really depends on where you're wanting to sell them, whether, swap meet, outdoor flea market, you want to sell them on Facebook or you want to sell them online on eBay or places like Macari. All those places, how you want to sell, it really depends on which type of items that you're wanting to buy. And then how much money do you have to invest initially?
It's just a lot. There's a lot of factors. It's very unique. And that's the thing I love about pallet flipping is that no matter where you are in life, what options you have, there's something for you. But no matter what, it's always going to be work and it's always going to be a little bit of risk. So if you're willing to do the work and you're willing to take the risk, it could be very profitable for you, but it's not at all a get rich quick scheme. It is not, it's very fun to watch the unboxings and us talk about it. But the real work comes when the camera is off. And we're trying to organize all of that other stuff and where it goes. So
she later says she does flea markets.
Flea markets.
Are you talking about like an outdoor flea market, a swap meet type flea market? Because here in Arkansas, when we say flea market, it's more like an antique mall. There are some outdoor flea markets. So, for that, it really depends on which kind of flea market. If it's a swap meet type stuff, you're obviously going to want to move a wide array of items. Lower cost items, you may look at doing smaller lots or buying a pallet of small box items. So all that comes into play.
All right. Autobuff is asking if we've ever heard of bin stores an option to sell inventory. We actually have done that before. We I know you remember, I think you remember, you've been around when we told the story about how we had a warehouse. And we ended up getting a whole bunch of Amazon small box thinking we can sell these, on Amazon or on eBay and it'll be fine. Didn't work out just because we weren't really sure what we were doing. And so we learned that it's going to eat up all of our profits in fees. So we ended up opening a bin. It was very successful. We were in a terrible location for it too, because we had no intention of opening up to the public anyway. But we did, and we ended up doing like really, really well. Yeah.
I mean, we would open up for 3 days a week and we would do, $1,500, $2,000, which was good because we didn't stay open past 5, except for towards the end. And we were, like Jessica said, a horrible location. It was far away. It's an interesting concept, but there are a couple of downsides to it. I will say one is there's so many bin stores that are now opening up that it's caused some shortages in the supply chain in relation to bin store related pallets. They call them small box pallets. There's different programs for it, but also is that those pallets, sometimes they go bye-bye. Like I remember when we had the warehouse that there was probably 6 months that nobody could get any of those truckloads. Yeah. So there was lots of bin stores that were struggling because they couldn't get any of those items. So those are some cons, but pros is you get to move a lot of items for a very cheap price. You get to build a customer base that way.
Tom King, we did keep a couple of stocking stuffer items, but we had a lot of people asking about those toys for kids that didn't have a lot. So we went ahead and we had a few people email us about it. We believe in helping others out.
Yep.
I think that those kids needed it more than our kids did. So we did keep a couple items, but for most of it, we just helped other people out.
Yeah.
Those smaller items and everything like that. So it's been really good. I really enjoyed it. I would do it again. I would do it again for sure.
I think in retrospect, that toys lot, I probably wouldn't have bought it. I think if you've watched any of our 888 lots unboxings, I talk about in the very beginning where I buy the lots based off really the top 20, 25 items, how much those items will pay for the lot.
We're shaking.
And if they do, then I'll buy it. But I didn't really do a very good job on that lot of looking at the bottom items.
There was a lot of
because there was a lot of junk items in there, especially compared to the health and beauty lot and the sporting goods lot.
I'm trying to remember if we had decided to close the flea market down before or after we bought it, because we had the flea market booth to sell the smaller items, and we had bought all of those 888 lots. And then decided that it was probably a good idea to close it down. And we tried to make the flea market booth last as long as possible, but it was just getting to a point where it was like, this is just costing us money.
Yeah.
So that's essentially we bought those lots thinking, oh, it's fine.
Yes.
We don't worry about the small items because we've got a flea market booth, but it didn't work out that way.
We've had those for probably a month.
Yeah.
And we just, it took us a while to unbox it. I mean, we just unboxed a pallet that we got from Market Street today.
Shannon, that's the answer to your question.
3 or 4 weeks when we went there the last time. I don't even know when that was. We just unboxed it today.
Yes, that's the last one.
And had we known we were going to close the flea market down,
we wouldn't have bought
then we wouldn't have bought that pallet because we got lots of items. So
now we're in a position where it's adjusting. So in business, these are the kind of things that happen. We tried not to jump into this. We've been sitting on the idea of closing the flea market booth for a while, but then it came to a point where we're just going to have to jump and do this, or it's going to start costing us quite a bit. Yep. So we ended up closing it down earlier than we anticipated. We were hoping to have gotten all of this stuff out. But we do have a couple of plans, borrowing some space for garage sales. Our community does a lot of neighborhood garage sales. So we're hoping to be able to jump into some of those, and maybe see if we can try to move some of this stuff pretty quickly. Hello, Mary. Hey, Mary was our first, what was it? Tier weekend warrior.
The weekend warrior.
Our first weekend warrior.
And then Brad asked, have we considered doing online auctions? We have, and actually it's a vlog that's coming out tomorrow. I really break down our strategy and how it's changing and why it's changed. Because if you've been following us for a while, that when we really started doing unboxing videos, we were selling $15,000+ a month in cell phones alone. And we were really only buying one pallet of liquidation items per week that we can unbox. Jessica and I, we can sell it. We can sell at the flea market. We can, do YouTube. We can have a lot of fun with it. But because of COVID, it wiped out the cell phone market. We're no longer buying cell phones. I try, but they're still so expensive.
Yeah.
But to talk about that it's just, we've talked about the online auctions, and maybe once we get rid of all of our old inventory, we thought maybe do it on Facebook. But for YouTube, we don't feel like it would be the best dynamic for our channel with what we are trying to do long term with it.
Yeah, moving into Autobuff's question that says, seems like you would leave a lot of profit on the table. I mean, we're talking about the bin sales and all the smaller items. I think one thing that in the month of October, for those of you who, are thinking about or are in our liquidation, our tier 3, tier 4 liquidation group, one of the things that we do focus on is the business model. So talking about time, space, money, and all the factors that determine what kind of product you're going to buy, how you're going to move that product, and making sure, because you don't want to go and just buy a pallet and have no idea how you're going to move it, no idea where you're going to store it, no idea how much profit you can potentially make off of it. So it's really a strategy game, and you have to understand the strategy to really be successful at this business. And so in the month of October, a lot of what we're going to be focusing on in that group is building that business model. And so a lot of people, when we and this is not like us being angry or irritated. A lot of people have suggestions on how we should sell an item, say that we sell it for too low or sell, or that we're leaving a lot of profit on the table, but it costs us money to store those items on the shelf. It actually costs us money because we don't have space to spare. So and that's just a small factor. There's all of these things in our business that the reason why we move things so quickly, and the reason why we sell things so inexpensively, and the reason why we do the things that we do is simply because we lack space where we have, capital, and we have time because we have employees. So it's like our business model, and even now, like our business model is different now than it was a year ago. Yeah. So things are constantly changing. And so I wanted to make sure, that's one thing that we talk about a lot. And Joe kind of touches on it in a vlog that he'll be posting here soon. So,
and we could add more space, but we don't want to. Like with the political climate, with the climate, just the economic climate, we feel like the best bet for our family with what we want to do is to have the least amount of overhead as possible. So keeping everything within the home, having those parameters that we can work within, sourcing items that fit that bill, and building systems in place that can maximize the profit potential that we have within that is the best bet for us.
For sure.
We didn't always think that way because I always like grow, big, and all these grand ideas. But I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm really trying to make life easier. And I'm realizing
learned a lot.
I'm realizing life gets easier when you simplify it and you work within the parameters that you set for yourself, especially entrepreneurs. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit where you're always brainstorming ways to think about how to improve, how to make more money, how to do this, that if you don't have a boundary for you to operate within, your mind will naturally gravitate and keep pushing you further and make it harder for you long term. And I've learned that the hard way. So I've learned to kind of wrangle that in, and it is going to help me out long term.
Very good. Very good.
Yes.
You've learned a lot. You've done really good.
I have.
I have done it.
I drug you and Whitney along for some wild rides.
So Whitney and I are not like that.
Yeah.
And so Joe would be like, we're going left and now we're going right. And Whitney and I are like, oh. But it's been good.
I was telling Whitney, I don't know. I was like, I realize I do this thing. And
why is this not working? Why is she not moderated? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. I'm
think
sorry.
Because she already is.
But see, Mary's is different. It's very weird. Very weird.
Maybe the tier. I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
Let's see, where are we at? Have you thought about doing a live YouTube sale, kind of like Hooked on Pickin' does? We've thought about it. To smell small items. We have thought about it.
I don't want it on the channel. I don't. It's not for us. Like it's a great idea. A lot of people have a lot of success for it, but I don't want our YouTube channel to be used for that. There are lots of other platforms. It's like selling items, like reselling items. There are certain items that are going to do better on Amazon versus eBay. There are certain items that will do better on Poshmark versus eBay. And I just don't think for what we're trying to do long term with our YouTube channel, I just don't think doing live auctions on our channel is really what I want to try to build into it.
I mean, because first and foremost, we are a teaching channel, and then we're an entertainment channel. And so selling items just doesn't really fit. We're not really a reselling channel, if that makes sense. Like, we're not really trying to resell items on our YouTube. We have them available for sale, and if somebody is interested in buying it, we do our best to make that accessible for somebody, for a viewer. But I guess, we want to stick to the path of entertainment and education, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I think that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yep.
Where are we tonight, Wendy? We're at that office. We're in an office space. We rent out this space. I have a desk upstairs where I can, break away from home and try to get a lot of stuff done. And it's been very good for me, extremely good. But one of the perks is that on Thursday nights, we have space that we can do a live in better internet. Because if you remember, at home, our internet is really spotty and sometimes we just can't finish our live videos. So to be able to be here with reliable internet is really great. Really great. Really great.
It is. What?
I don't know. I'm just watching you.
Oh.
I feel like I'm talking a lot today.
It's a great idea. The auctions we get that one a lot, and it's a great idea. I don't know. I think it's also like we only have so much time that we dedicate towards our reselling business, and because of like, there's a lot of process that goes into organizing those online auctions. We did a couple of Facebook live auctions. And there was a lot of work that went into it before and after. And we just didn't, granted, it was still young. There wasn't a whole lot of people. It just took a lot of time. And it wasn't something that I felt like we could do long term and maintain that. Like, we struggle enough with just 2 unboxings and 3 vlogs and doing this live video every single week. Like, it's tough. And then throw in a live auction thing. So I think y'all understand.
I mean, I'm still we're still working on, once we get enough members, doing an additional live video for liquidators or potential liquidation resellers. So it's just our hands and plates are kind of full. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to make that work.
Yep.
Okay, let me see. Am I missing anybody? What's up, Kay McCoy? Let's see. Adrena says, where and how do you sell locally? Are the items sold to businesses? What are your thoughts about consignment shops? Good questions. Having them sell some of your items. Thank you so much for all of your help. Would you like to answer that?
So for us, when we sell locally, we sold primarily 2 ways. One of those we're getting rid of, which is our flea market booth. We are going to start having some type of sale locally, like once every couple of months, a blowout sale, something like that. And then the other option is Facebook Marketplace. We sell a lot of items. We don't do business to business, but if you can get items that businesses want, I would say that's probably a better model because they're going to be buying a lot more in volume than individuals do. I have thought about consignment shops if we purchase clothing, which we don't because we don't really like clothing very much. We're probably going to get some clothing lots at some point just to try it out because since we do have people listing for us, we've got some systems in place to where we don't have to do it. So we have thought about it. I think, we did think about getting some clothes to send to consignment shops if we can get new styles, because we do have a lot of thank you, Cassandra. We're in a college town, so it's a very trendy town that it would be a good bet. I think it really depends on where you live. That would be a good option, but for us, we don't. Jody says some storage places will not allow you to hold a yard sale on premises. Ours will not. I have already asked because I'm like, if I can have sales once a month and not have to move my stuff anywhere and people can come to us, then I would do it. But they said no.
Oh, before I answer your question, Eric, Nicole, could you ask your question again? Because I'm sorry we missed it. I did not see it. So if you could ask it again, that would be amazing. And I scrolled up like real quick and I couldn't really find it. So I did not see it.
Hello, John. We're actually going to be coming to your town tomorrow.
John Goodwin. We'll be seeing y'all.
You're going to take the kids swimming. Hey, I don't see the question, Nicole.
If you could ask it again, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
Eric is asking, where do you buy the undeliverable mail? Want to buy one for fun? Watched you here before Extreme Unboxing. Keep up the great content. Extreme Unboxing. Oh, yeah. Where did we get the undeliverable?
Propertyroom.com. They have lots of stuff. I forget where
that was a lot of fun
on the website. I mean,
it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, the YouTube video's done well. I mean, the YouTube video has paid for the lot. So I know we won't be able to sell all the items because they're just
I mean, all those people were suggesting grab
Yeah.
bags. I might do it. I might just do it.
But it made us money. We profited from it.
It was fun. I really enjoyed doing that one. That was probably one of my favorites from last month. So, yeah.
Yes, it's doing well.
Yeah.
It's still getting like 1,000 views a day, which is a lot for us because it's like 10% of our average daily views. We get around 10 to 15,000 views a day, depending on if we release an unboxing video or not.
Where are we at? Douglas, on average, how much of customer return pallet is just junk or non-usable?
Depends on where it's coming from. If it's coming from Target or versus Amazon or Kohl's or Walmart, Walmart, you're probably looking at like half of it being junk at least. Amazon, it really depends on the particular program. It could be, depending on the pallet, it could be 25%, it could be 50%. And our averages, our experience, probably 15 to 20% of it is junk. And then Target, their returns are still very high quality because they have different standards of accepting returns from customers. So you get a lot of returns from Target that are still grade A condition.
Yep, for sure. Where are we at? What about doing small wholesale lots and auctioning them off on Liquidation? The website won't let me comment the link. Okay, you can manifest it so people will know what they're getting. Yeah. Wait, I'm confused. What are we doing?
So wholesale lots, the items that I guess that we get are cheaper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's something like I think we have a lot of ideas. I think once we get rid of all of the stuff that we have extra of, that's excess old inventory, and we can start fresh, I would probably start doing that because it won't seem like a very daunting task to do that once or twice a week from the items that are left over from pallets, small lots purchases from that week. But right now we've got so much stuff that I just want to get rid of it and sell it at a blowout sell, and then everything must go.
Let's see. A good website to sell clothes. I don't sell clothes. Joe sold clothes at one point. He sold jeans and stuff on eBay.
If you're wanting to not do anything, ThreadUp is a company that you can send clothes into, and they'll take care of the shipping and everything for you. Poshmark is probably the most money for clothing. eBay is going to have the most traffic.
Nice.
Yes.
Very concise.
Yes.
Lots of information. That was really good. What are Eric and Cassandra buying? Are they buying from us?
Eric was asking about the undeliverable mail, where to buy it from, propertyroom.com. And then I'm not sure, Cassandra, she's not buying nothing. So.
And Jody, you're asking Phil about unclaimed luggage. I'm not against it. I would totally do it.
What's that?
Unclaimed luggage.
Yeah. I mean, I've
totally
been looking, once we have more money to where we can just, to do with it. I mean, obviously we want to get something back in return. But I say at some point in time, we will do it, and we'll probably look at some other stuff like that to unbox because it was a lot of fun.
It was really fun.
Inside.
But then I'm like, somebody had mentioned when we had talked about the possibility of doing unclaimed luggage, somebody was like, unclaimed luggage equals dirty laundry. And I'm like, that is so true. That could totally be a thing.
It won't be any worse than some of these.
Part of me was like, adult
toys.
Know how I can handle it.
Yeah.
Kendra is sad that we're not doing the flea market. It was entertainment and learning. Guessing the pricing and where the item was going helped knowing a lot. Yeah, I'm not against doing a flea market again in the future. It's just the market has changed.
Yeah.
And because the market has changed, because our stuff, somebody had even mentioned before that it was more of a craft market, which we did very well. We could have stocked it even more. We probably could have, we had plans to make it more efficient, but in the ability to do it just with COVID and just all this stuff and just the economy being crazy, we just backed out. And I'm not saying that we won't do a flea market again sometime when it makes more sense. It just didn't make sense right now.
And we got the flea market. Y'all remember, if you've been following the flea market story, because it's been almost a year since that story started, was we got it to move a lot of old inventory to see if we can do it. And we did. And then when we were only buying 1 pallet a week of liquidation, it was okay because we could take items there. But as we're buying, at least a pallet a week and then 2 or 3 other lots of stuff, it's just the items aren't selling fast enough there. And then the amount of time that it's taking to get everything there, it just became a time cost barrier that was no longer worth it to us.
Coupon cucumber. Okay, so what they're doing, they're not buying anything. They're super chatting.
Yep.
So you can give amount of money, your name pops up. You get usually for most of us, like you get priority questions. Like a lot of people ask questions in a super chat so that it really gets that person's attention. And it works because it on our screen, it just kind of pops up.
Yeah.
And so they're just supporting us and loving us. And just, that's what that is. So they're not buying anything from us. They're blessing us is what they're doing.
Yeah. They're finding value in what we are offering.
And we appreciate it so much.
Thank you, Uncle Bo Knows.
Woo! Woohoo!
Thank you, Tony. I was wondering where all you guys were this evening.
There's Vince.
Yeah.
Woo! Thanks for blessing us,
y'all.
guys. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Where are we at?
Carla. Oh.
Where are we at? Where did you go?
There was a lot of other questions there that
Hold on now, guys. We're getting there. I'm sorry. You guys are awesome.
There we go. Carla's asking about recommending an eBay personal account or business account for newbie. I don't think it really matters starting out. Like if you're just flirting with it, it doesn't really matter. Thank you.
Thanks, Wendy.
If it's a personal or business, I think as you get invested in it, for me, always it was business straight up from the get-go because I'm just, that way. You choosing not to doesn't mean anything different. It's just two different thingamabobs, 2 different ways of looking at it. I just didn't want you to think it was a bad thing because it's not. It's just two different personalities. But either or is fine. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer.
Y'all, I got my eyebrows done for the first time since COVID, and I'm like really digging the fact that my eyebrows are 2 eyebrows again.
I like them. I need to get my hair cut.
I just had been avoiding it. I had just been avoiding it and I'm hoping that everything blows over, but it was just taking forever. So I was like, you know what? Mask up. Let's go.
Yes. Thank you, Liquidation King. We try our best. I don't say we try our best. I think I don't think we really have to. We try. Liquidate integrity. I think at the end of the day, it's like we want to, because we're trusting. Y'all are trusting that we're going to bring you good quality information. It's like we've got this bargain hour unboxing that's coming out on Saturday, and we were freaking out. And you'll see why on Saturday because we got
the whole process on.
We got some good stuff in there. I'm like, people are going to think like this is fake, and they're going to trust that like every box is going to look like this. And we were freaking out. Like it was like I was having a meltdown. I'm like,
I was freaking out.
I'm like contacting the owner. I'm like, did you do something to my box? Like for real? Because like there shouldn't be like
Yeah.
But they didn't.
But I put the whole. It just happened that way. It was just the way that it happened. Anyway, so just keep an eye out for it. For those of you who are welcome to the family or higher, you'll be able to see that tomorrow. As long as I can get it rendered, I'm doing the best because you guys get early access. So you'll be able to have that. For the rest of you who are friend of the family and up, you will get a sneak peek tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Shannon, I couldn't tell about Macari. I know there's some.
Anybody on here sell on Macari?
I know TJ sold on Macari.
Yeah.
We don't do Macari because you can't. We try to do as much automation as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like we want to list in one place because our systems are created that, and there's no automation process to do full automation from eBay to Macari and then do everything. So we don't sell a Macari for that reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Frederick, we don't sell on Amazon. So we can't really advise a lot on that. There are a lot of resellers who do sell on Amazon. But we we're just not the best people to ask. We've actually been banned from Amazon.
Yes.
So
because there's nobody out there that talks about how different sourcing models for Amazon can get you in trouble.
Yes.
And sourcing liquidation and selling those on Amazon, it technically is okay, but with Amazon, you're guilty until proven innocent. So if brands start claiming that you are infringing upon their copyright, or that you're not allowed to sell their brand and you don't have proper invoices to show them, you're going to get in trouble like we did.
Yes. Coupon Cucumber, the undeliverable mail was from propertyroom.com.
Mm-hmm.
Propertyroom.com. Been getting caught up with older videos and missed what happened with your warehouse. Nothing happened with our warehouse. We let it go. We, a big part of why we do this business. I mean, Joe left a very good job in restaurant management. I left a very stable job as a preschool teacher. And even before that, was a very good store manager for a retail store. And so we would have had the potential to be very successful, but we were working our lives away.
Yeah.
We were working for someone else. We were just working for a paycheck, and it just wasn't fulfilling to us. So one thing, when we got married, we wanted to be able to have the freedom to be able to homeschool our kids, to pour into them, to be present, to take trips, to like live our life and not work to live.
Yeah.
And so we did that, but then we're also we're builders, both of us. We're very different in personality, but a lot of our values and what makes us tick are very similar. And we're both builders of things. And so we have to be very careful when we're both working together that one of us says, okay, hold on, let's slow things down for a second and make sure that we're making the right decisions. And the warehouse was a great idea, but it was a growth idea. And we didn't really think about the fact that we were working to live again.
Yeah.
To be able to afford the rent, to be able to do all of the things that we wanted to do. We were having to work. Joe started working weekends so he could run the bin sales. And then next thing you know, we're working 40, 50, 60-hour weeks again, trying to, fulfill something. And I was like, this is not even what we want.
Yeah.
So Joe and I had a very difficult discussion where we had to make a choice, and we chose our lifestyle, and we chose our family. And so the warehouse left. And that's one reason why we stay so small, is that it is manageable. We don't have to work the hours that we previously needed to be able to just support, stabilizing the business. And so, yeah. Oh, Caesar, sorry. Woo! I'm so sorry. I was talking and
it
then
didn't pop up down here because we're not down there yet. There's lots of, thank y'all so much.
I really appreciate the support and the blessing.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, like, we learned so many valuable lessons from the warehouse with sourcing, like knowing where you're going to sell items before you buy, because we didn't do that. Like, we bought a whole truckload of Amazon medium box pallets, which were all big and bulky. It costs a lot to ship. Like, okay, well, let's just buy small items and then we can ship it all. And then, because it's cheap, and then we found out that, oh man, 50% of this stuff is items under $12 that we don't want to sell online because there's no money. So we've learned lots of valuable lessons through it. But we don't want to do it again. I mean,
here's the deal. Like, we have no problem with growth.
Yeah.
We're not going to grow at the risk of giving up our dream.
Yeah.
And so every step that we make, and we learned this the hard way, by finding ourselves unhappy again.
Yep.
A lot of times, like, we're taking the next step. If you're in a survival mindset, you're just taking the next step. Okay, we need money. Take the next step to make more money. Okay, we need to do this. Okay, take the next step to do this. And then next thing you know, you're so far off this path, and you're like, why am I not happy?
Yeah.
Well, because you started this career path to do a thing, and then you, instead of keeping the big picture, keeping your why and your motivation in mind when making decisions, you're making reactionary decisions based on a small problem. And so for us, it was like, okay, the market was changing. Our wholesale products were not doing very well. We needed to hurry up and get pallets. Well, the pallets did really well. Okay, well, now we need more space. Let's go get a warehouse. And not really thinking about the fact, like, oh, wait, like, our why is going to be in danger if we take this step. And I'm not going to say that I regret getting the warehouse. I don't. Woo! Thanks, Vince. But I'm not going to say that I regret getting the warehouse, because I learned so many valuable lessons. Joe and I learned how to communicate it was a beautiful thing where we learned how to be able to talk to each other as business partners and as a married couple. So there were so many great learning experiences. It was difficult and it was scary, but I wouldn't change it for anything. No. And now we know. Now the decision to close the flea market was very easy. Before it would have been a really hard struggle because there is money technically being made there, but it wasn't suiting our why. And when the market changed, we had to adjust. So
Kendra asked about received a small mystery box from Middle Tennessee. It was filthy. I would say I know they're building those small lots from Amazon Electronics return pallets. They're returns, so some of them are going to be nasty. I don't buy it. I feel like Middle Tennessee, the price is high for them. Me personally, because I mean you see what you get. Granted, you know the profit potential when you buy because they're manifested, but I don't know. I like to take risk. So Caesar asked, do we do the video editing ourselves? If so, what program do we use?
We do our own video editing. We use Premiere Pro. We have the Adobe suite. And as for time frame, it really depends on the type of video. The unboxings are the most complicated, just because of the amount of graphics and the amount of editing that comes with it. And so that there could take, depending on what type of unboxing it is and, how many items there are, it could take anywhere from 2 to 4, 5 hours, even in some cases. The vlogs will take 45 minutes to an hour maybe to edit.
Yeah, they usually take me like 3 hours, but as you film.
Yes, you get more strategic.
Yeah, you learn how to edit when you're filming. So you cut out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it makes things a lot easier. And, we're learning. And with unboxings, we're learning new formats based on feedback that we get. So that usually takes some time to get used to as well.
Yep.
We got all the questions? Or
we got Corey's asking, a long time watcher, any advice to give for an IT tech that wants to start doing unboxing and repair videos?
Good question.
Yeah. So I'd say one, on YouTube, that there are really 3 dynamics, I guess. Yeah. And there's entertaining, educational, and as much as I hate to say, people like, I don't know, that's try to communicate in a way.
I don't know what he's trying to say.
I know.
I'm just as confused as y'all.
I'm trying to communicate it in a way appealing visually. That there's a component, 3 real layers, entertainment, like somebody that's funny that can entertain you. They're also very educational. The more components you have to that, the better off you're going to be. But I would say any advice that to give you would be to just start. Don't overthink it. Just start, because you're going to be learning as you do it. Because the editing process, the filming process, all of that, you're going to be learning. You can't really learn too much except for by doing in this. And really the first, 100, 200, 300. I mean, we're still learning. We just hit 25,000 subscribers, and we didn't even know, we were supposed to have some party, some celebration thing. But it's been a busy week, and I woke up this morning like, oh, we hit 25,000 subscribers. So the point is just to start, and you'll figure out your flavor in the proper mix of education and entertainment and value added in there.
Moderators, if any of you, apparently we're missing questions, and I don't know. I have Uncle Bo is saying put your question in caps. It makes it a lot easier. I've scrolled up. Somebody else, Kevin, you say that we skipped your question. I'm not seeing it. I'm scrolling up. I'm looking. I don't see it. I'm not ignoring you. So moderators, help me out. See if you can find either find the questions or let me know if you see them and maybe copy paste them, since I can see y'all. When you're a moderator or a member, your questions come up first. Yeah. So if you're a YouTube member or if you're a moderator, I can usually see your questions. So I might need y'all to help me out. So, and I apologize, y'all. I apologize that we're missing your questions.
It's weird. So I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
The next question I see is,
woo, Vince! Again, woohoo! Woohoo!
Brad asked, any special software for bookkeeping in this. There is, I don't know what it's called. We just use Excel and Quicken.
Does anybody else use anything different that Brad could look into? If you guys are resellers and you use different bookkeeping software, go ahead and answer. We're a community of people, so we can all help each other out.
Yeah, and then also, Corey, I know you just did a follow-up thing. I will say also, like if you're in an area where there's a lot of people, or you kind of see the flow of what other channels are doing, kind of study those and see what things might be missing. Maybe they are very educational, but they're not very entertaining, or maybe they're very entertaining, but not educational. Figure out where you can do better and add that component to it to add a better overall value.
Okay, thank you, Tamarack and TJ. So Kevin asked if we were renting or paying a percentage of our flea market and let them move product. Okay, flea market, are you renting or paying them a percentage of sales? A little bit of it's both, because we have a rental fee, but also because they offer like delivery within city limits and things like that, we also pay them a percentage. What percentage?
3%.
3% of our sales, so that they can, like, our bigger items, they'll deliver it to them within the city limits, which we would gladly pay. So it wasn't. The flea market booth prices, the rent was never an issue. Like there was never an issue with that.
I feel like I know.
What's up?
Auto Buff said earlier that flea markets do well with the presence. I feel like you're absolutely right. And we couldn't add that. And that was a big reason. I feel like if we could have been there to be able to wheel and deal with people, it would have been better, but we just don't have the time.
I don't understand. I'm not really quite sure. Nicole, I am seeing all of your comments except for your question. I don't know why. Maybe it's being held for spam. But
it would show up.
We're not in top chat. We're in live chat. We always make sure that we're in live chat. So if anybody sees it, I don't know why. If anybody sees it, please let me know. And maybe copy.
Kevin said has a question, and then Nicole.
Kevin, that was the question.
Okay.
That we just answered. That was Kevin. TJ and Tamarack helped us out there.
Yeah, and then we answered Corey's.
And Tom King is also not seeing the question from Nicole, so I don't know what is going on.
We answered Corey's question about that. And then consistency is also key. Like we didn't master that until like 3 months ago, and that's when we really started seeing growth, is when we got consistent. I would say if you can only do one video a week, then do one video a week. Do it like every Monday or every Tuesday, whenever the day you choose, and do that and get consistent there.
Douglas wants to know if the discount code on Bargain Hour is limited time or permanent.
It should be permanent. I know they've only got they got a couple more pallets in today that they've been boxing up, all kinds of lots. I know somebody else in another group, I seen that they had some really good items, and some people had some bad items. I think it happens with these. It's just picked at random. You get good items, you get some bad items, but it's an educated gamble. Shelby asked, "Hey Jessica, I'm having trouble selling my children's backpack. Do you have any idea where I can sell them? I'm also having trouble finding a box for the backpacks. Do you know where I can find boxes?" So backpacks, unfortunately, the window of time has closed really for backpacks to be sold, because usually backpack sales are really the hottest between July and August. Once September rolls around, backpack sales drop tremendously. So maybe something that you hang on to a while, especially now there's not as many kids that are actually physically going to school. They're having remote learning. But boxes, probably the best place that you can get boxes free. You should be able to get some United States Postal Service boxes that will fit the backpacks. There are some rectangle boxes that are like 13 inches by 15 inches by 3 inches. You should be able to fit a backpack in there. I believe FedEx also has some free shipping supplies around that size also.
Hope that answers your question.
Yep.
Woo! Hey, Kiwi girl from New Zealand.
Thank you.
How are you? I missed you. I don't think I saw you last week. So it's good to see you.
It's really late. What time is it? It's probably
I always forget.
In the morning.
We always
hours
ask her.
ahead.
We always ask her. We
In
always
New
forget.
Zealand, 14 hours ahead. 15
No.
hours ahead.
No,
9 hours behind.
It couldn't be.
No, I don't know. Something like that. You tell us, Kiwi.
You know what time it is.
Valerie, health insurance. It's just we got ours through the marketplace. It's not cheap, especially as independent owners. Political stuff I'm not going to get into, but insurance was made a lot more expensive. About 6, 7 years ago, insurance became very expensive for the common man. So it's just a price you got to pay.
Hello, Marco, I like your picture, your little M. That's pretty cool. What about Walmart return pallets? Have we bought them before? No, we have not bought. Have we bought Walmart return? No.
The only 2 Walmart pallets that we bought were during the extreme unboxing. The toilets and camping gear was from Walmart.
Yep.
We don't really like Walmart just because Walmart is the low price leader for a reason. Some people like Walmart. They have good success. But I wouldn't buy a Walmart pallet any more than like $200 or $300 in my opinion. But a lot of people, they have a lot of success with Walmart.
Some people pallets. Have done really well. Yep. We have done okay or,
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's asking about license and insurance. So you don't necessarily, to resell, you don't necessarily need a license. That's why you can get on Facebook Marketplace and post your stuff that's in the back of your garage with no issues and no problem. But if you're going to be doing this as a business, if you want to try it out, and see, maybe buy a pallet or something. There are places that you can buy without a reseller's license. You will have to pay. A reseller's license is also a business license, just so you know. The reseller's license is a business license that specifies that you're reselling, for anyone who needs clarity on that. But you will have to, if you don't have one, you will have to pay sales tax for any pallet that you buy. So if you want to try it out and you don't want to invest all that time and energy trying to get a business license, sure, go for it. No problem. Okay. But if you're going to be doing this over time and you want to make this either a hobby, you want to be a weekend reseller, a part-time reseller, if you want to do this full time, I highly recommend that you get a business license to do it. It offers you lots of protections. It also allows you to open up a business account at your bank. You'll need a business license to be able to do that. As for insurance, I highly recommend that you look into getting insurance. Let's say you buy some lawn equipment and you test it and it's fine, but then you resell it. There's some kind of issue. That person gets hurt off something that you sold. I mean, there could be some repercussions for that. At least some kind of liability insurance of some sort would not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not to scare you, not to freak you out, but these are all things that you want to think about when starting any business, not just a reselling business, but any business in general. So.
There's some court cases that have my attention in relation to liability. I know California is currently suing Amazon, and I imagine because they want Amazon to be responsible for third-party items being sold on their platform. So I'm sure at some point in time, every individual seller that sells like on eBay or Poshmark, Mercari, Amazon is going to have some sort of liability insurance, which will at some point be an extra added cost to your business. Right now, it's not required because you can't be held liable, but who's to say, before long, like if you're in California, if you live there, I would definitely look at getting it because California, they are like revolutionizing laws. Like I feel bad for people who live in California. I do.
Anybody here live in California? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. So I hope that answers your questions about business licenses and insurance. Let's see.
Yeah. You asked that was Kelly's.
And Adrena.
Okay.
Andrina.
So you killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Here, I'm going to run to the restroom quick. Right. If Mini Diamond wants
to. So 88 lots. I didn't realize this. I thought it was just 1 lot that you got 50% off on the first purchase, but it's your first purchase. So if you buy 3 lots the first time, it's 50% off all 3 lots. So I mean, your tax ID right now, if you don't have any employees, you can use your social security number. You can get an electronic identification number, an EIN number from the IRS. It's free. And that light, I don't like it. But you can get that for free. It just takes you, I think you can get the number instantly once you apply for it and get your form later on. So let's see. All right. Thank you so much, Jen. Frank, for being a fan. We're a fan of all you guys. This is still really, it's all kind of surreal, this growth that we've been on with YouTube and having all you amazing people here watching and cheering us on. It's been awesome. Let's see. Yeah, that's a great suggestion, Autobuff. No more than $100 per foot tall. So, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think really, there's 95 people watching. A little disclaimer, like we do our channel. It's like, yes, there is education in there, but it's really just to share our story. It's not so much to say, hey, you guys need to do this, or we know all of this because we do this much in sales and all this stuff. But it's really just to let you guys into our lives.
We got some Californians.
And share with you our ups and downs, the day-to-day, our thought processes, the things that we're doing, try to be as vocal as possible with all that, just so that you can like, oh, okay. So that way, as you're running your business, like you saying, okay, they've done this. This is what happened. I can take that information and apply it to my life. Like that for us, that's called experiential learning. It's nothing that you can really learn in a book or doing it. It's just you learning through experience.
Yep. Yes. Yes. See, Shioban? I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on selling your first item. That's really exciting.
Where's that? Where are you on?
Right here. We've watched for several months, and the content has really helped. Her husband and her are trying to start a reselling business, and they sold their first item the other day. So that's really cool.
It felt good, didn't it?
I bet it did.
Was it at Cha-ching? Did you get it? Was it on eBay or local? It always feels so good. You get that. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see where we at. Oh, thanks for my dancing, the dancing compliment. I work really hard on my skills.
Did y'all like my little, what were those thingies? Those little laughing
Happy
baby
pills?
happy pills. I like
He
those.
still has the happy pills.
I haven't played with them since. I seen them. I saw them in a box today, and I meant to get them out so that I could play with them. But I got busy and forgot. So Shelby asked, she wants to buy a case or pallet of toys since Christmas is coming. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? Good idea if you can get it for the right price. Bad idea if it's not the right price. I think anytime with toys are going to go 40 to 60% of MSRP. Anyways, when they are categorized by the case or pallet, just toys go for a lot, especially this time of year. So it just depends on how much they're charging for them. And what your margins will be afterwards. If it's good margins, then good idea. Bad margins, bad idea.
Yeah, Jen, our kids are with my sister-in-law. She hangs out with them, and then we'll just pick them up early tomorrow morning. They just wouldn't have as much fun. Sometimes we keep them at home, and they don't have as much fun. They have time to hang out with Mimi and Papa or Aunt Amy or all these other people, and then we get to work, and it just works out better that way.
Yes.
So, and they want to be able to go and see them. So,
what does that emoji mean?
They're rolling eyes. They're eye roll
at me. I apologize. Is that a bad thing? Or
I don't know. Maybe they agree with you, or maybe they don't.
I love California.
I was born in California.
I have nothing against Californians. Just some legal precedents that are coming through are questionable, in my opinion.
But we'll stop there. She'll
start pinching me underneath the table. Thank you, Holly, so much for saying that. I think we're relatable.
Are we relatable?
You're relatable.
I'm funny.
She's the funny one.
I'm the funny one.
She is the funny one.
I hope that we're relatable. I don't want to be unrelatable. That'd be weird. I don't want to be like the kind of person that's like, I'm like a normal person.
I'm just your average Joe. You know? She's laughing so hard.
I'm just your average Jessica. It doesn't work. It doesn't work
fit.
for me.
Eric wants to know the most profitable item ever that wasn't broken.
But first, Joni, we do have business cards.
Oh, we did miss a question.
We do have business cards, but mine are more for other stuff. Like his is more for like the reselling kind of thing. Mine is for my doula clients, and sometimes I do some like freelance photography work and stuff like that. And that's what those are for.
Moved.
That was me.
I always forget to carry them. We bought some a while back.
I carry mine.
And I always forget to put them in my wallet.
I carry
mine. This thing is so thick. Like
I have such a big problem with my thick wallets.
It's not because there's money in there.
Woo!
I've got.
What's up, word vendor?
Woo!
I see you, girl.
I've got $1 in here.
The rest are all receipts that he needs to file and hasn't done yet.
I do. I need to file my receipts.
Eric, the most profitable item ever that wasn't broken would probably be the 3D printer.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let me think. Does the sex doll count even though we didn't buy it?
It's damaged.
Or we didn't sell it?
I don't know.
It's not damaged. It wasn't damaged. We just couldn't sell it.
I mean, we've got lots of items that have paid for the whole pallet, like are close to it. Like we just sold this week. We sold a $320 car seat.
Mm-hmm.
It paid for almost the whole pallet after shipping and fees. It was $265. The pallet cost us $350. Like for us, like we don't get a lot of those big things because we buy pallets that are on the lower price scale. Just because I don't want to spend like $1,000, $2,000.
I would still say that the 3D printer is probably the most profitable.
Yeah, that we did sell a refrigerator off one of those pallets for like $500. The 3D printer was like $600. We got a couple.
What about that sterilizer? That was quite that wasn't that much. That wasn't that much. We had in the warehouse. We had a whole bunch of super profitable items.
Yeah, but we ordered a whole truckload. So like Amazon medium box pallets. So like every pallet, there's like a $200 or $300 item on there.
I do. I also love hearing the ching at random times. The ching, just randomly. It's like you're just sitting there, like. I'm never just sitting there, but like doing something like sweeping the floor, and then you're like, I just made money. No,
Valerie, no sink stories today.
Yet.
But a day doesn't go by that we don't get a comment
about the sink.
Not a day goes by. Should make a song about it. Not a day goes by.
Okay, listen, Tom, I'm so glad you asked. So the first, there's one that unboxing that pretty much went viral. Like I don't know what happened.
Is it in that video?
It was the one with the chair, that one chair.
2 unboxings.
Yeah.
The 2 pallet liquidation. It's got like
Amazon,
almost 500,000 views now.
I mean, it's crazy. But like that one right there. So when I did it, I wanted to. It just fit better to go one way. So I just went ahead and reversed it, not even thinking that there was a car going backwards. So now every once in a while when we're outside, we purposely make the car go backwards and see if anybody catches it. Because we think it's
hardly anybody ever notices it.
Nope.
I think I've done it in 3 vlogs
We do it on purpose.
The one that went out yesterday, it had a car going backwards. And it was the first clip.
Tom, was it you that was like, did my brain just explode? Like somebody had commented, and I felt like it was you. And you were like, did my brain just explode? What is going on here? So we just make things go backwards sometimes and see if there's a car going by. Yeah. We just make the car go backwards to just see if anybody notices. Yeah. And it's like this inside joke that now you guys are all in on.
I try to do an establishing scene in the vlog that kind of draws you into where we are geographically. So I like to get that road with the cars driving like 45, but they're driving 45.
I'm pretty
backwards.
sure it was Tom. He's like, yes, that last vlog messed me up. Yeah. I think it was. Yeah. It's really funny. We did it on accident the first time, but then we just thought it was hilarious. So.
Whoa, I missed it. Lots of.
The coffee is good. The coffee's great. I really enjoy the coffee.
Yes.
California in the house. LA. Is Chris from Daily Refinement still in California?
Yeah, he's in Oakland.
Yeah, so He's in California.
Yeah. And he said it's crazy there.
Is it?
Well,
Like
he was telling me
crazy?
like there's like streets in Oakland. They're like the whole block is like government stuff. And like this last week or two, they've evacuated. Nobody's working there. They've got extra fortification and stuff. Adriana, new reseller. You've been asking lots of great questions this evening. You do not have to have social media to resell. But just know that if you do resell, then you're going to have to resell pretty much online only, or you can use the newly merged OfferUp Let Go app. I don't know how it looks since they merged, but you can use that also, but a lot less traffic.
Yep. Oh, that's a fun noise.
Yep.
Just wash your hands of the sink story.
No, I'm going to bring out the vlog like here before long, probably when we get back from vacation, because we're going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina next month sometime. And then when we get back, I'm trying to get a sponsored video with barkeepers. I just got to reach out to them and see about getting some barkeepers, since everybody...
The barkeeper's friend.
Yes, barkeeper's friend.
We don't need barkeepers.
Yes.
You sound like random people.
Everybody has recommended barkeeper's friend to get it clean. Like, I'm not worried about it getting clean. It's the gouges.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. So maybe they wouldn't hear me, because she said to wash your hands at the sink. So best place, Holly's one of the best places to buy first pallet on the East Coast. I've dabbled in reselling, but want to do more. East Coast is long. If you're in upstate East Coast, there's not a lot of good pallet places up there.
My God. If you're in Florida, there's not a lot of good.
But if you're like in the Georgia, Virginia, Carolinas areas, there's lots of pallet places in those areas. What?
The East Coast is long.
It is long. And then it wraps around the tip of Florida.
Wouldn't that be kind of south then?
I don't know.
Once it wraps around, it's more south.
Hey, don't get technical.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm usually the technical one.
I'm looking. I'm reading things. Okay. Kendra noticed one of the cars going backwards. Yeah. I'm telling you, we just put it in there for fun. I have to find that comment because it made me laugh. So I laughed so hard when somebody said that their brain exploded.
Yeah. Let's see. Joni, I forget, was that a fan that smelled so bad? It was that Amazon customer return pallet. It wasn't a fan.
It was like an air conditioning unit.
It was horrible.
It smelled really bad.
Yeah.
But see, for me, I was like off to the side, and the way that our air conditioner was blowing, the one that doesn't stink, that actually blows cold air.
Yeah.
The way it pushed it right into his face. And so it just hit him like a ton of bricks. And I was like,
bad.
I feel so bad.
It was bad. And I got a bad gag reflex too. It was bad.
I have just a sensitive nose and I could smell it, but it didn't hit me like it hit him. Like for me, I got the warning.
It didn't smell as bad as the toilets on Extreme Unboxing.
As soon as he starts talking like this, I hold my breath.
I'm like, ooh.
You can notice, you'll notice it. Like he'll start talking like this. And I'm like, oh, okay, it stinks. All right, hold my breath.
Kelly would like to know about our thoughts on QVC pallets and the Amazon bin stores. So QVC pallets, we've never bought one, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. I know Steve and Steph resell killers. They're also on Extreme Unboxing. They were a big fan of QVC. They couldn't unbox anything of QVC on TV because QVC did not allow it. But they're big proponents of QVC, good value in those pallets if you can get them for the right price. And Amazon bin stores, I'd say they're a great place if you don't have a lot of money to get started, or maybe buying a whole pallet is intimidating. Go and try and buy 10 items that you can get for, $3, $4, $5, $6 an item, and turn around and flip that on eBay and get some more money.
Good job. What's your opinion on franchise kicks and Bartons? Eric wants to.
I don't know. I don't have it. I don't really watch franchise kicks. I've looked at Bartons. From what I can see, their prices are consistent with national prices, regionally, their prices are a little bit higher than other liquidators in that region. But I don't know. That's all my thoughts because I don't really watch a lot of YouTube.
That is all my thoughts. My thoughts are.
I only watch really a couple of YouTube people. I watch Pallet Jackin when he does the vlogs, and I watch Casey Neistat because he started daily vlogging again almost every day. I watch
Peter McKinnon. He doesn't really watch that much, but
and then I watch Sailing Le Vagabond, but that's usually like I don't even watch all the videos. It's just maybe 30 minutes every other couple days. So,
I mean, every once in a while I'll watch other people's vlogs, but I don't make like a huge habit out of it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, Eric. He may have some deals worked out. I don't know. Everybody likes local liquidators. I think looking at the aspect of YouTube and reselling, it's a whole business. Everybody has their own business plans. So, but there's lots of places that like Vince. He's in that region. And thank you so much. I really enjoyed all your commentary on I forget a couple of videos ago.
I actually did. I was looking into it. I have to sometimes distance myself from the comments because people can be really mean. And I'm like,
I've had to lately.
But I when I do see Prison to Profits comments, I always look.
They're always good value.
Yeah.
And always like engaging. So
I really
always appreciate it.
Yep.
Yep.
You guys watch the family flips? They're okay.
Those guys are.
I mean, they're all right.
That guy, he can be a jerk sometimes.
Yeah, but I really think that girl that's on it with the dreads, she's funny.
Yeah, I love her hair.
Okay, but she's funny.
And her dances too. But when he starts laughing.
His laugh's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, he laughs like Pee Wee Herman.
He does. Mm-hmm.
Mixed with like,
that is Pee Wee Herman.
Yes.
The sink is famous. The sink is not famous for its cosmetic condition.
Hey, we get people that they leave comments saying they want to buy the sink. I say, email me. And then the people don't email me. It happens all the time with stuff. People are like, I want to buy that. And then like, where can I buy it? And then we leave.
TJ, do you get crazy comments? Do you get crazy comments too? Because we do all the time. And I'm just like, man, you don't even know me, bro.
Yeah, I'm a justice seeker. And I got to realize that sometimes like comments is not the best way to be able to communicate
let it go.
Your full thought.
I just got to let it go.
Yes, Tom. Yes. One of our friends who's got a big YouTube channel, like 400,000 plus subscribers, they say that they only read comments the first 24 hours because after that, it's all the other people, whereas the first 24 hours is like the hardcore fans that are always the most positive. Mm-hmm. And I found that to be true because
pretty much all of you guys comment usually in the first 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we read y'all's comments, and then everybody else tells us that we're sellouts and we're stupid because we make grammatical errors in our videos.
Yeah, and then our daughters are going to grow up to be prostitutes because we homeschool.
You think we're joking, but we're not joking.
This stuff happens.
There was one that was really rough. It was really rough. It was
Hello, Robin. Sorry, I interrupted
it's
you.
Fine.
She's from Pittsburgh. And then we've got Going Rogue from Portland, Oregon.
Ooh.
Yes. Portland. It's kind of like, interesting times in Portland.
Portland is doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Joni!
Portland's doing some stuff. Depends which side or not side.
They're just doing stuff. Stuff is happening.
Crazy. Yeah.
I love how we're all like, we don't want to get into this, but we also want to acknowledge.
YouTube will censor our videos. They will. They censored our the one video I did a couple Mondays ago
because of 9/11.
They demonetized it, yeah. So.
Yep. Tom King makes grammatical errors because your thumbs up are too big for these keyboards on the phone. Yeah. We don't bother. We don't mind. We have no problem with grammatical errors.
You've seen me read words before. My brain twists the letters all up anyway. So
the only
I'm
time I care
anyways.
about grammatical stuff is if I'm teaching, blog writing, stuff like that. But if I'm texting, like I make autocorrect is not really my friend. So yes. Oh, sorry, Tom. I got quiet. Can't say it.
Shelby,
the worst comment we ever got. I'll get to that.
Toys, if you get that for the right price, buy it. If it's a bad price, don't buy it. So yes. I'm going to read the comment. Is that the one that I posted on Facebook?
Well, we have two different ideas of what the worst comment is.
Oh, that one little sucker from Amy.
Chill.
Sorry, he made me mad.
It's fine. Okay, so here's the deal with comments. Okay, some people say completely ridiculous, and I'm telling you guys this not to like vent or anything, but we're all on social media, and you can comment on anything, and somebody's going to say something crazy to you. Like, it's just how it is. So I'm just going to let you in on something that I've learned about comments and about social media and why you have to have certain boundaries with it. So there are two different types of negative comments. One, they're ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, that you almost laugh. And that's the one that Joe is going to share with you. But then there are some that have a small ounce of truth. They're not true, and it's not who you are, and it doesn't define you because these people don't know you. But they have this one thing that they can pick out. It's a slightly true thing, and those ones can cut really, really deep. So, like, for example, I don't know if y'all have been following that closely. Honestly, it's not really a huge player in this channel, but we do talk a lot about fitness, and I've been on a fitness journey. Obviously, I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. So I had babies back to back, gained quite a bit of weight because of it. And then on top of that, I was nursing. So finally, when I was ready to kind of go back into that, I've been going to CrossFit for a year, did a few Whole30 cleanses, and started eating really healthy. And I've lost quite a bit of weight from when we filmed Extreme Unboxing to now. I actually haven't really lost a lot of weight because I've been gaining a lot of muscle because I do a lot of lifting. But the point is that I'm like thinning, slimming out, looking a lot healthier and everything like that. So I've done all of this work. It was a hard journey. I cried a lot. It was really difficult, but I learned a lot of things about perseverance and, all that good stuff. So when Amy had posted a video and we were on it, one guy had said on there, it looks like she unboxes a pallet of Burger King. And I'm like, first of all, Burger King is gross. I was like, if you're going to choose fast food, like, why not Chick-fil-A? Right? Because that's delicious. And I love Chick-fil-A. And then secondly, like, you don't know me. Anyway, so that one right there got me I was pretty upset for probably like 2 or 3 hours until like I cried about it. And then I was like, you know what, like whatever. And that's when I started making way more. I've been a lot stricter with my boundaries since then about comments.
The most interesting one we got was from a guy named Mr. Campbell. We'll call him
Mr.
And he posted it in the wee hours of the morning. And he says, I don't know why, but these people really bother me. Like, I really want bad things to happen to them. I wish I could make a video or a recording of my voice and make them cringe and flash into an uncontrollable rage and kill one another live on YouTube. Go F yourselves.
I don't know if we're still on.
Yeah, we are. It's just yours.
Oh, okay.
But we're live here. Okay. So that was the most unique one.
That was pretty intense.
So yes.
But that one was funny. Yeah.
Eileen's hi from Ithaca, New York. I always think it was that movie Road Trip. Was it Road Trip that took place in Ithaca? The school with Tom Green in it a long time ago. It was in Ithaca. So I don't know. I always think of that movie. Yep.
Grace, congratulations on homeschooling your kids, by the way. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We have to deal with a lot of stuff, and it's totally fine. Like, at first, I was, like, upset about it, but now I've kind of learned. I've just learned that hurt people are going to hurt people. Like, that's just how it is. Like, we're not perfect. I'm a hurt person in some ways, and I do my best to become a better person every day, but that doesn't mean that I don't hurt people on accident. I just take responsibility. I apologize, and I try to do better, and that's the best that we can do. A lot of these people who make these kinds of negative comments, they're people that are so miserable that they see people who are doing better, and looking and seeing that those people exist make it very difficult for them to live in this world where everything is not their fault.
Mm-hmm.
And so when everything is, when you see people taking responsibility for their actions, being successful, doing what they can, and that's a lot of what our community of people here at the Family Flips represent, like all of you guys and all of us, like we're trying to make our lives better and we're trying to do better things. We're taking life by the horns and we're saying, look, like we can take responsibility for what we can, but we're going to grow and we're going to be better people. And there are a lot of people out there that don't like that because they don't want to have to do it. They want to be a victim. And the best that we can do is just be really good and encouraging people, be the light, move forward and be encouraging. And they have a choice to make, you know?
Yeah.
So if they want to make negative comments about it, like, you know, good, I have your name now. I can pray for you. Like, that's pretty much what it is. And so I'm not going to say that it doesn't hurt and that I don't have like feelings about it. I don't get in my feelings sometimes, you know, that's why I have boundaries with YouTube comments, but you know, like it affects me, but in the end, like I'm living my dream. So, you know, if they don't like that, then they're the ones that have to go to sleep with that, not me. You know what I'm saying?
Word to your mother.
Word.
I think this is our first official goodbye.
First official one.
We're going on an hour and 20 minutes. It doesn't feel like hour and 20 minutes.
I know. I always
Time
look forward
flies.
to this.
But it is crazy, you know.
They talk. TJ says they talk about you in the third person like you aren't going to read it for real. Like they don't address you. They are like these people as if they're talking to the other comment people who don't read your comment anyway. Because I don't think they do because usually it's like way after. Like most people don't really get those comments.
Yeah.
Ooh, lost 100 pounds from working Walmart grocery pushing. Oh, back surgery. That's rough.
I think Tom said we look a lot better now than what we did on A&E. And that was like a year ago. Like I had just had hernia surgery, had just went through a very stressful time in our lives where my body type, when I get stressed, I start packing on the pounds. Mm-hmm. And then I couldn't do anything because of the hernia surgery for a while. So I had packed on even more pounds. I was probably like 280 pounds then. And now I'm probably like 260, which I haven't lost a lot of weight, but the weight is moving around.
I love you guys. You guys are hilarious. I love you guys. You guys are so true. You guys are so real. I mean, I don't know why people comment. They just want to be seen. Like, really, that's what it is. People who are hurt, they want to be seen for their hurtness.
Yep.
There's no sense in it. There's no sense in it.
Oh, that's what I was going to say now. Is homeschooling people who homeschooled got so much more respect come April of this year. Before that, homeschool people didn't get any respect or credit whatsoever. And then all of these people were forced to homeschool. And they're like, wow, homeschooling, like, it's not an easy task. Like, I can see that. It's just not you sitting around eating bonbons all day teaching your kids. There's actually work that goes into it.
Eric, we don't really get recognized that much. We really don't. Not really. We don't really talk a lot about it in our community or whatever. So, I did have somebody, I had a really emotional moment where I was really overwhelmed with, you know, like when 2020 was like back in like April and May when we weren't all numb to the weirdness of 2020.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I can't do this. Like I have got to like get under control. So I ended up pretty much shutting down my Facebook. I can't shut it down because somebody doesn't follow the Facebook Marketplace rules and can't post in Marketplace with his Facebook. So I can't shut my Facebook completely down.
I was doing what other people were doing. I thought it was okay.
So he gets banned.
It's not my fault.
He still can't post in there. So I need my Facebook to be able to use it. But I ended up deleting pretty much most of my friends, and I don't really comment I'm not really active in Facebook anymore. I did have somebody see me on TV and I guess try to like talk to me. And they like, and we were friends, like they knew me, but pretty much like attacked everything about me that wasn't even like, I don't know what happened. It was very weird. I was like, whoa, this is like intense.
Yeah.
But it was really sad. It was also really sad. And I'm still kind of, you know, butthurt about it.
Yeah. But I haven't been noticed once for the TV show. I've been noticed once because of our YouTube channel. And then I've been noticed once because of a TV interview that we did talking about the show. But that's it. I mean, it's hard with face mask and stuff. I mean, plus here in Arkansas, everybody kind of keeps to themselves.
What's up, Tommy?
So,
Tommy's here.
What's up, the bargain effect? Hey, Tommy, I realized that little life preserver thing that you wanted from our flea market booth. I grabbed it to send it to you, and I just found it. I never sent it to you. So I got it in a box.
Can you email us your address, please?
Yeah, and I'll send it to you.
Jessica.rinsing@thefamilyflips.com. That would be great. Someday we'll have our life together.
One day. Yes.
Do you post on the marketplace? What did you post on the marketplace to get banned? Go ahead.
We used to sell lots of cell phones, and I went through this period of time where I tried to buy the cell phones from people, and we had success. Mm-hmm. Like we did some vlogs
We flipped in Destin as a social experiment, or not social.
In Destin, like we were flipping phones. We made, I don't know, like $500 or $600 on vacation buying a couple of iPhones. So because during that time, people would post ads on Facebook showing a picture of a phone, and then in writing, I buy phones. So I did that because other people were doing it. And it's against Facebook's terms of service, which I didn't read because sometimes I proceed quickly without knowing all the rules.
What?
So I'm a act now, learn later kind of person, and that has its withdrawals, backdraws, not backdraws either. Withdrawals?
No. Drawbacks.
Drawbacks. It has its drawbacks. So I got kicked off the Facebook Marketplace.
Megan, you should be able to find out if you try and what is it called? Not audit.
Appeal. Yeah.
Our words are great right now.
I've tried to appeal it like 37 times. And
Withdrawals.
Diego will not accept my apology and let me back on. He won't. Diego, the specialist, Diego, if you're watching, Diego, just, cut me some slack, man. So we have to use her account now. I follow the rules.
Now we have the liquidation group, so now I can't really get rid of my Facebook anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Although I created another Joe Rinsing on Facebook when I got suspended, thinking, I'll just bypass this, but they don't allow Facebook Marketplace for new accounts.
He's lifetime banned from the eBay forums.
And I didn't know they had eBay forums. I would probably get banned. I have to not go in groups a lot because, sometimes I'm a little,
So if you ever message us, email us, or don't look at who is emailing you. It could be Joe. It could be Jessica. It could be coming from either one of us. Whatever account. We have both of accounts on our phones and stuff. So but if you get somebody that's like got emojis, full sentences, lots of explanation, it's me.
What's that emoji mean? That's
it's
like a
smile.
half smile. It's
like, huh.
Okay. I'm very direct, straight to the
point. And Joe will just, for example, it's like, hey, do you have any advice about such and such? And I'll be like, yes, blah, 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 blah. And Joe's like, well, you could do this. So if you get.
I could use more words. I could, slow down and use more words to articulate something. It would probably be more presentable.
He works on it, though. He really does. He tries.
My presentation of what I'm baking in my mouth, my words, you know what I'm saying. The, what's it called? I'm trying to describe it to you in eloquent words, and I'm failing miserably just to show the example of you understand what I'm saying, but the words don't always the best. So.
Spit it out, Tom says.
Yeah.
So, Eric, what led us to deciding to do a YouTube channel? So the reason why we do all of this, there's two different reasons. The first one is our personal why, which is that, that you guys know, we talked about this earlier in the live stream, that we want to live a life of freedom, to be able to pour into our children, to pour into each other, to be present, and all of that. But there is a second why, and it's what led us to do our YouTube channel, because our YouTube channel and our YouTube memberships and all of that, that has nothing to do with us having personal freedom, much like that's what our liquidation business is. That's what our pallet flipping business is. So it's essentially two different businesses under the umbrella of the family flips. But this particular one is that we know what it's like. And we've told this story a few times, so I apologize if you've heard it before. But there have been times in our life where we were waiting on PayPal sales just to go buy groceries for that day, where we had literally no money. We had lots of debt. We had lots of issues. And we worked really, really hard to take care of all of that. But until that moment, we were listing. And we would sit there and we would wait for the PayPal sales. And as soon as we had enough money in our PayPal account, we would go to the grocery store to buy food. And so we know that there's a majority of people that if a life event happened, like an unexpected medical bill or their car broke down, they would not be able to foot the bill and survive. So for a lot of people, an extra $300 to $500 a month could be life changing.
Yeah.
And what we would have given to have $300 to $500 extra dollars would be amazing. And that's one of the reasons why we started doing a thing called phone farming, which I'm not going to get into the details of what that is, but we were trying to make extra money on that. And we actually did our YouTube channel for that, to teach people that. Then it kind of fell through. The lines kind of got grayed, like on morality of like whether or not this is actually a good thing to do. So we ended up not doing that, and we ended up doing like almost like a reselling channel.
Yeah.
And then it turned into this because we followed our why. Our why was not necessarily just to teach people how to resell, because some people don't want to resell, but we want to teach people a lifestyle that isn't necessarily this 9-to-5 job. Now, for some people, 9-to-5 jobs are great, and people thrive in those situations, and that's why they have those. We're not those people. So we wanted to show people what that was. So this YouTube channel started actually as a phone farming channel, turned into a reselling channel, and then became a lifestyle, a lifestyle channel.
Just wanted to show people a different way.
Yes.
That you don't have to pursue after the almighty dollar and then miss all of the other valuable things in life trying to attain that. Has to be a balance between the two. So yes. Second goodbye.
Okay. Second goodbye. So those of you who haven't been with us for very long, we are Southern. I know some people think that in Arkansas we're Midwestern.
I was made in the North,
Midwest.
Midwest. I was made in the Midwest.
We're kind of half and half, I would say. I think we're kind of Midwest, but also kind of South. But a big part of our South is that we say goodbye like 5 times before we actually say goodbye. So this is how we kind of, okay. Love your 9-to-5 job, but hate working. Love your 9-to-5 job, but hate working your 9-to-5 job. Work for a great company, but rather work for my company. And I totally understand that.
Yep.
Actually, the job that I had before I became a full-time reseller was actually a preschool teacher. Loved the job, loved the people, loved everything. But I wanted to work for myself. Mm-hmm. I wanted to make my own decisions and build something for myself. And that's not everybody. Not everybody's like that. But I feel you, and I totally understand what you're saying, because I'm like that as well. Yeah,
I didn't play well with others in the work environment. In my youthful
still half hour and 3 good months to go.
I was very good at what I did.
Yeah.
And I like to let everybody know that I was good at it.
Well, and even when we first start, I know we get a lot of comments about the way that we interact with each other and how we are, but we weren't always like this. I was extremely.
And we're still not always behind the scenes.
I mean, we're better though.
Oh yes.
We are much better. Like if we argue, we come to the end of an argument pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. We may not be very nice.
We can film an unboxing video now after an argument. Before, we would quit YouTube for like 3 weeks. That's the truth.
That's so true.
We'd be rolling along for a couple of weeks, and then we would get in a couple of, I call them blow-ups.
Well, see, okay, so Joe is very like task-oriented. He's really, really good at stuff. He's right. There's no he's right. We're going to do it his way. This is when we first got married. This was his person. Imagine this. Okay. So we've got task oriented, knows everything. His way is the right way. And if you don't like it, you can get lost. And I am very angry and manipulative, and my way is the right way. And if you don't do what I say, I know exactly how to push your buttons so that I can win. So yeah, it was not always fun. It was not always fun. We did a lot of counseling. We did a lot of sitting in very difficult conversations. And I think the funniest part is when we were learning new skills and how to communicate. And it's like the counselor would be like, I'm giving you these tools. Here are tools to help you guys communicate and bridge the gap. And then we'd be like, okay. And so like we'd get to an argument, and then Joe would be like, I understand what you're saying. And like, so like, it's funny because we would come in and be like, oh, we got all these tools, but we don't know how to use them. So like Joe would walk in and be like, I have hammer. And so we would just, and so now every once in a while, like when we mess up, like, cause we still do. And we always encourage people to learn how to communicate and do all those things. In fact, we've actually helped other people learn how to communicate. But every now and then we royally mess up. Like sometimes we'll say something and be like, I don't even know why I said that. I don't even know why I hurt you that way. Like that was never my intention. And then the other person, like the cute way that we like say, I forgive you is I have hammer. So little insight to like what's going on with us. But we tell you these things because we want to be really open and let you know that like we look great like on YouTube, but like we do just as much work as everyone else, and we struggle just as much as everyone else. So this is for everyone. Like this life, whether you just want to do the reselling part, whether you want the happy marriage part or the freedom of life part, like we're not special. This is what we do, and this is how we do it. And we want you guys to take whatever part of us you want to mimic in your life and do it.
There's
even the dreadlocks,
way.
I can give you some tips on dreads too.
Hello there, Speedy Loco and Trucker Mark USA.
Yeah.
So thank you all. I was going to say, I don't know if you're really a trucker, Mark, but if you are, I appreciate what you do. I know that what you guys do, continuing the logistical supply chain so that we can enjoy all of the things that we purchase in life. I greatly appreciate it. I'm sure it's probably one of those professions that is very underappreciated. So I want to say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
I'm reading. I'm sorry. I'm just listening to all of y'all's stories or reading all of your stories because I always love hearing y'all's stories.
Eyes don't.
Speedy Loco, it's been a minute.
It is.
It's been a minute. I remember you.
I remember you.
Look how far God brought you.
I know, right?
Dragged me kicking and screaming sometimes. I'm just going to be real. Like he totally did drag me.
We're not movie stars yet, Tom.
I'm not even.
You know, Hollywood might come calling, but, you know, Hollywood's going to have some explaining to do if they want me to be in a TV or a movie show, not a movie show. What's a
movie? Just a movie.
A movie, not a TV show, because I'm already in that, and they're not really Hollywood, but a movie. Yes, that's it. I'm getting tired. My words are going bye-bye.
We're about to have to like go because like I'm like
I've got to edit this video still, so I've got to yes.
Does anybody have anything they want to say? Last minute questions, stuff. This was a fun live.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I really did. I really enjoyed chilling with y'all.
Yes, Eric, Perk.com, Perk TV, Perk Live.
Yep.
And somebody had said something, going rogue, and that's awesome. Like start small, let it grow organically, get some good systems. And I mean, if in this you're doing it part-time, doubling your money, like that's a good thing.
Yep.
In my opinion, like put your money to work.
Yes.
Let your money work for you.
Cool.
It really helps out. So
if you haven't liked the video, please do so. Because there's like 71 of you watching, and there's only 63 likes. So some of you have not liked the video.
And if you don't like it,
you want them to thumbs down? Yeah, I guess that's true. Because if you thumbs down it, like it'll still go into the algorithm as interaction. So I guess that's okay. But I'd rather the like because it boosts. it boosts my self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? So if you love me, oh, thank you, the three people who did that in the time that we were talking.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Now we officially have more likes than viewers.
We lost viewers. People left.
People left because they were like, no.
I'm not.
They are
like
asking for likes, so I'm leaving.
Not gonna do it. But thank you, Bruce. Those ode videos. Those ode videos. They weren't very good in my opinion. But, we still did them because it was part of the process, But it was some of those old videos. We watched them occasionally and we're like, what the crap were we doing? How did people even watch this? Like, oh, no wonder why people didn't watch this.
Y'all, my dreads were baby dreads back then, and it just really looked like I didn't brush my hair ever, which is true.
Yeah.
But it didn't even resemble dreads at that time. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I on YouTube doing this?
Yeah. I had some of our old unboxing videos. I'm like, I never let her talk ever. I'm sitting there, she's just bringing me boxes and I'm talking into the camera. Because at that point, it was different because we had just got done phone farming where I would do a lot of the live videos. So it was and then I realized I would watch those. I'm like, I didn't even let her say anything. She just kept bringing me boxes, and I just kept talking. So I'm so sorry. I know we've talked about it, and I've apologized 1,000 times.
I'm fine. He feels worse about it than I do.
Trucker Mark, liquidation.com prices are so high right now because when you Google liquidation.com shows up right on top. So there are lots of people that are shopping on Liquidation that probably have no clue what they're doing, but they're the easiest to find. So people start jacking up prices. They start bidding on them, think they're going to make big money, and realize that a lot of Liquidation.com stuff is not very good, except for that's why we only ever bought one type of pallet from Liquidation.com, which was Amazon shelf pull pallets. But I do know that some people have some luck with Target pallets from particular locations. So,
Kelly, are you saying the pallets that we went and picked up from Springfield? Because we only have one posted. It's the Target one. It's probably like, I don't know how many.
No, it wasn't Target. It was Amazon.
Oh, yeah, Amazon. Yeah. Sorry. We unboxed the second one today.
Yeah, that one probably went out 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago this Saturday. It's an Amazon customer returns pallet, the last one that we did. It's got like 12,000 views now. We've done well. The pallet's already paid for itself. We're in the profit.
Yep.
And then we've unboxed the other one today, like Jessica said.
Yep. Kevin, if you're talking about pallets, I think it's going to be next Saturday because I do have a couple of lot videos that are still in queue. We've got one from Bargain Hour that's going out on Saturday, and then I've got another 888 lots going out, and then that next Saturday should be a Target returns / shelf pull pallet.
Yeah, so, and we're going to try, the way that we're doing unboxings, we're going to try and do the pallet unboxings to be on Saturdays, and then smaller lots on Tuesdays, and then we may do part 2 on Thursdays. I don't know. We haven't fully decided yet. So yes.
Okay, guys, we're gonna start heading out. Yes, Joni, we are very tired, but we love what we do.
Yep.
I know that by the end of these live videos, I'm like, my eyes are like red and bloodshot and tired because I've been working all day. But I look forward to it. I love what I do. I love helping everyone else out. I love communicating with y'all. I love doing videos. So I'm tired, but I'm happy. So.
Yep. Kelly, no, not Southern Liquidations. That was from Market Street Liquidation,
Springfield,
in
Missouri.
Springfield, Missouri. I like unmanifested. I mean, even the manifested lots, I try not to look at them. Like 888 lots are manifest. I only look at some of the items to say, oh, okay, we can make our money. Let's buy this one because I like the thrill. I feel like the more information I have up front, the more cautious I am when buying, and I don't like it.
Yep.
So
customer returns is a little riskier. Another thing about manifested that I don't like is that manifested pallets tend to go a little bit higher with no guarantee that they're any more accurate than an unmanifested pallet. So that's just my personal opinion. Other people are like, I won't buy it without a manifest, and that's okay. Like that's why there's so many different kinds of pallets out there. There's plenty of room for everyone to eat and have what they prefer.
Yep.
So Yes. Oh yeah, Market Street is awesome. We're actually going up there to see Mike tomorrow, so
Yep.
I'm pretty excited to see them again and pick out some more pallets.
And there is another place that we're going to visit up there sometime in October. It's called Bargain Junction in Aurora, Missouri, which is like
not far.
40 minutes from Springfield. We're going to go visit them at some point in time. Also,
the thing that we learned from our last visit is that the first visit that we go for a liquidator, we need to find a sitter for our kids.
Yeah.
Because we have lots of questions and a lot of, things that we need to get answered, and our kids are still very young and still need a lot of things. So,
yeah.
What's up, puppy? Hello, puppy. The puppy's watching the TV, and I just wanted to say hi.
All right, y'all.
I miss my puppy. I'm going to go cuddle.
We are headed out of here.
Yes.
Tune in next Thursday night.
Mm-hmm. If you have any other comments watching the replay, go ahead and comment those down below. We'll do our best to answer those. And you guys have my email address in the description, so
yes,
I'll do what I can. Anyways, thank you guys so much. We love you guys. Thank you for your support. Until next time, peace.
There we go.